I'm Jacob Hayward, and I'm an outfitter for the San Francisco Giants. I went to the Dominican Republic for camp by the San Francisco Giants, trying to get the American players used to the culture of the Dominican to kind of serve a purpose to the American players to get a feel for how the Dominicans live in the Dominican Republic. I thought it was a good trip. I thought it was fun. It's kind of boring sometimes because it was hard to leave the complex. It wasn't too different. I feel like the facilities were very nice. They were taken care of. The weight room was crazy. The cages were nice. They had indoor cages. The dorms were decent. The water's pretty cold there. They don't really have too much hot water, but it was definitely fun baseball-wise. Everything was pretty much normal baseball-wise. The fields were great. Everything was great. They had good food and everything. So, what's special about the trip was probably that I think the first day we went to a national park. I forgot what it's called. It might be Los Hiates or something like that. It was pretty cool. It was very nice going to see the countryside of the Dominican Republic, and it was also a reality check, just seeing where some of these people lived and the struggle that they go through every day. So it's definitely tough, but it's definitely a great experience, and I thought that was definitely special. I would definitely go back, but more on my own instead of going with an organization, so I could have my own time to relax and see places that I want to see, and maybe see like a summer league baseball game or something, or a winter baseball game out there in Dominican or something like that. So that would be cool. Economy, I didn't think there was really too much economy. The nicest city there was Santo Domingo. We went there once. It's decent. It's definitely more of an urban lifestyle than Boca Chica, where we stayed at, but in the complex. But I don't really see too many options for people to do to bring a lot more money in. So baseball is definitely a big route for a lot of men there. So that's a big deal. What's more important there, education or one's social status? I'd definitely say social status. Because there's schools there, but if you go to school, that doesn't mean you're gonna really have a easier way of getting out in some circumstances, because not everybody has the financial resources to get there. And social status could get guys on the map or whatever it is, and maybe that gets online or something and that blows up, and then who knows, you take a trip somewhere and do something else. So yeah, that was my trip to the Dominican Republic, and this is Jacob Hayward, outfielder for San Francisco.
Baseball is expanding in the Dominican Republic as Major League Baseball teams are opening brand new academies and creating opportunities for talented young players. The Dominican Republic is the biggest supplier of baseball players outside of the United States. Nearly 30% of opening day rosters this year carried players born outside the United States, and the majority of them were from the Dominican Republic. While all 30 teams maintain training facilities in the Dominican Republic, only a handful have invested in building their own academy in this island nation. When it comes to treatment of players in the Dominican, Major League Baseball has come a long way in less than 15 years. Some teams are still in learning that the players should be treated like an asset. Most teams, however, see the amount of money being invested, $47 million in the 2010 to 2011 signing period, and they realize that they can actually do better. These shiny new academies are better for baseball, and better for the people of the Dominican Republic. The Dodgers were the first team to move over an academy to the Dominican Republic. The Dodgers wanted a place where players would have the right atmosphere to develop their athletic abilities, but also where they would be safe, where they could learn about things that they would face in the U.S. and that they would feel at home. They built it on a large expanse of land measuring 96,000 square meters in Guerra, a town in the province of Santo Domingo, to the east of the capital. Campos Las Palmas revolutionized the way Dominican talent was harnessed and developed. The academy is equipped with 2 fields, 2 half fields to train infielders, a gymnasium, a cafeteria, a game room, a study and a dorm accommodating up to 100 players, and a farm that previously produced all the food consumed on the site.
Hey class, my name is Ken Pimentel. I come from 2 Dominican parents. I play baseball here at the University of Tampa, and at a young age, my dream was to become a professional baseball player. At the age of 15, I decided that I wanted to move to the Dominican Republic and become a baseball player and sign there at 16 as an amateur. So the process was I basically moved everything, my entire life to the Dominican Republic, and I basically lived in a baseball academy that was run by some kind of agency kind of over there. And what the process was over there is you have to become 16 and 4 months in order to get drafted to be eligible. So going into that, I was there from 15 years old all the way to 16 and a half basically, and the process was try to get drafted. And in that process I learned basically the game of baseball, where coming from the United States of America, you're fortunate and you go over there, living isn't the same. You're kind of admired through the process just because you come from America and you have more opportunities and privilege. So going over there kind of humbled my experience on baseball and made me work a little harder. And the goal going over there was to get drafted and to play baseball and just get better.
How would you say that the baseball academies in the Dominican Republic are different than those that you see here in the United States?
The baseball academies here in the United States are very similar to the ones in the Dominican Republic. As you know, they're run by professional teams here in America, so they make sure to keep their complexes and academies up to par with what they're going to have experience here in the United States. So the academy itself, you could tell they're putting more money every year to get it better and just to keep it more modern. My experience was you're in a dorm room kind of with bunk beds, probably like 6 or 7 bunk beds there, AC, and one common room with a TV, and then you might have a ping pong table if you're lucky.
Who would you say that the children there look up to? You know, here in the United States, a lot of the children are raised to look up to people like doctors, lawyers, other professionals in the, field of after college. In the Dominican Republic, it seems to be a little bit different. Can you shine a little bit of light on that?
In the Dominican Republic, athletes or baseball players, in a sense, just because baseball's everything over there, the kids admire baseball players, and as a young age, all they want to do is become a baseball player. And at a young age, they have a bat and a glove in their hand, throwing a ball around. So they basically admire baseball players, and that's really the only way out in their eyes.
The Dominican Republic is notorious for being a country that has poverty issues. Can you help identify some of the sites of poverty that you came across while you were there?
Well, living there, I have my grandma living there, so during the weekends I would go to my grandma's house, and you could just notice that there's kids that are in the middle of the street playing baseball with a stick and a little bottle cap as a baseball, and these kids are playing legit baseball barefoot and with a wooden stick and a little bottle cap in a sense as a baseball. And then you could just tell that they're just playing for the love of the game, and they don't have the certain equipment that we would have, but it's still baseball in their eyes. And another example is you go to a gym. You know how we have people wear gloves to the gym. In Dominican Republic, I've seen people have dish sponges and use that as your gloves to pick up weights and stuff. Just little stuff like that we take for granted here in DR. You really don't have it, so you just make the most out of whatever you have. For example, for baseball players, it's really, really good to get arm care stuff, and we would use 5-pound dumbbells to do shoulder stuff. Over there, I've seen people fill up water bottles with rocks, and in a sense that'll be their 5-pound dumbbell just to do some type of exercise to get better and stuff. So I mean, we're definitely fortunate to have that kind of stuff there. And over there,
I imagine myself, if I wouldn't have anything right now, I would be living here, working here, right? So why now that I'm becoming a superstar, why move away or go away? Because I love my town, and this is the place that I own my life.
Sebastián, ¿qué quieres hacer cuando seas grande?
Yo tengo que ser de pelotero y que mi familia tenga mucho cuarto y que sea muy buena conmigo. Si yo no lo teniera, nunca me amaría y me quería. Nunca.